Hello, Renee.
Hi, Whitney.
Thank you for joining me today.
Of course.
Please tell us, you're at Universal McCann.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about what you do there.
Sure. So I'm a client business lead. I actually do a few different things. I wear a few hats, but I'm a client business lead. So I run 7-Eleven business, which we just won in our hometown Dallas, Texas.
Congrats.
It's exciting. And then I run the Lyft business as well as Stork, which is a candy company out of Germany, which is my newest client that I love. And then I also lead digital best practices across the whole agency. So making sure that the agency is up to speed on the latest and greatest with digital and implementing campaigns flawlessly across the board.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a lot. It's fun.
What is a leadership truth that you wish more women would say out loud?
I think that it's okay to be emotional and vulnerable. And I think we spend all of our time trying to be strong women and strong leaders, and we see emotion as a weakness. And I don't necessarily think that that's true. I think that it gives you vulnerability and relatability with your team. So don't be afraid to be emotional and genuine. I think it will draw more people to you and want to work for you and with you.
Yeah. Now, was that modeled for you when you've been going through your career? Did you have
No.
someone? So it was kind of
Not
the
in my career.
opposite.
Well, actually, my mentor now
Yeah.
definitely shows those vulnerabilities, but I think it was from my mother. So she is the strongest. See, now I'm going to get emotional.
Yeah.
She's the strongest person I know, but she's also very emotional. So her and I will have a conversation and be crying in 5 seconds. So she kind of taught me to be emotional yet strong,
Yeah.
and not let it like devalue who you are, and instead make it your kind of superpower that you actually care and can thrive in that.
Yes. I love that, making that a superpower.
Yeah.
Our show is all about celebrating women, moms in particular,
Yeah.
and just lifting up those women and empowering them. And I think I know the answer, but who is the most inspirational woman to you?
It's my mom, Cleverly. She actually had a very interesting upbringing. She kind of is a self-made woman and has recreated herself, sometimes out of necessity,
Mhm.
sometimes out of desire, but she's worn so many different hats and thrived at every single one. So it's been amazing to have this role model who can reinvent herself at the
Yeah.
drop of the hat. And it's just been awesome to watch and witness. So
Yeah.
very much respect her and like want to be like her as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. As we call Mama Ashley, she's the prairie woman. She just gets it done
Yeah.
and has reinvented herself many times too. How do you advocate for yourself in rooms where you find you're the only woman or one of few women?
Yeah. I'm actually very lucky in my current career because that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super lucky to work at a company that values women. I think we were voted best place for women to work many years in a row. And we have a ton of women leaders that have really empowered females in our organization. And so I'm very blessed, but that wasn't always the case. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially in my past job, I was often the only woman in a room full of executives. And I think what I learned there is not to be shy and that my voice matters just as much as theirs. And having to remind yourself of that every single day. And sometimes you have to work a little harder to hear your voice because it is a tough thing for women. If you are too quiet, you come off as weak. If you're too loud, you come off as bossy or whatever adjective they want to put on you. But I have learned over the years that my voice matters as much as theirs, and to make sure that I'm not shy about it, to go about it in a respectful way, but also make sure that I am vocal and present, and not withering behind, any man in the room.
Sounds like you've got a lot of women around you and that you work with that are supporting each other and supporting you. Can you give me an example of when that has happened before, where you felt like you had that support and you were really guided by a female coworker or colleague?
Yeah, so I think my CEO today is a great example of that. I think for the past year, my career has been really evolving and changing. And I went from being a digital leader, working on brands and developing their digital presence and how they connect with their consumers in the digital landscape, and trying to be an innovator in that space. And that's what I've done my whole career. And then I was tapped probably 3 years ago to completely pivot and change my career into being a client business lead. And I actually was the first person that wasn't in kind of our planning roles that naturally moves into that
Right.
role. They gave a chance to kind of run client businesses. And that was my CEO who gave me the chance because she believed in me. And she just really thought that my leadership style, my connection with clients could really help grow businesses that we have at UM. And she mentored me along the way, gave me the tips that I needed. And I also just kind of got to watch her do it,
Right.
watch her lead with grace and empathy, as well as being kind of a strong woman in the leadership world. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
If you were walking out on stage, what would your song be?
It's so funny. I was going into a new business pitch like 3 years ago, and we were on a bus heading to this client's
Mhm.
office, and my past CEO went around the room and he was like, "What's your walkout song?" And the first thing came to my mind was the song I listened to in the car going, and it's so cheesy, but Harry Styles' Golden.
Okay.
There's something about it that just like makes me happy, makes me
Yeah.
confident, reminds me that I'm golden, reminds me just to be present and to be happy and to feel joy in what I'm doing. So it would be, and who doesn't love Harry Styles?
I
He's the absolute best.
absolutely. I love that. Golden. You are projecting that,
Yeah.
and that's your hype song.
It's my hype song. It's the funnest, happiest song there is.
Well, Renee, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I look forward to our afternoon.
Yes, same.
Let's do it. I'll
Let's do
see
it.
you at the pool.
See you at the pool.